Hi there, welcome to 4 Minute Friday, and to me, Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk. Now, if you haven't joined me before, 4 Minute Friday is literally where I take 4 minutes to give you some sales tips, tricks, cheats, hacks, sales insights, sales strategies, sales tactics, whatever it is, but things that will help you be more effective and more successful in selling. Now, the subject of this video actually follows on from last week because I had a lot of comments and questions about what I meant about advanced automation. So last week I talked about follow-up and how there was a fortune in the follow-up without getting into the detail. And if you haven't seen that, go to the blog and you can watch that video. But I talked about how follow-up can be carried out using advanced automation. So a lot of people said, well, what is that? Is that just email autoresponders? No, it's not. It's something very different. However, let me just clear this up. Somebody did say, is this, instead of a salesperson? No. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. People buy from people at the end of the day more effectively than they do from technology. So this is to supplement your role as a salesperson. It's to make you more effective and more efficient in what you do. Okay? It's actually to help build your personal brand and build that rapport with people, but using technology to help you do so. Now, if you've read my book, Serious Selling, you'll know I talk about 3 stages of buying. In fact, if you haven't read this and you want a copy, go to achievesuccess.co.uk. On the homepage, you can get a free copy of this. But I talk about 3 stages of buying. I talk about suspects, people that we suspect want our product or services. So this is typically where marketing happens. We have prospects, and prospects are prospective customers. This is where they have identified a need for what we offer, and maybe we're already in that engagement process with them and quoting or send them some additional information. And we have buyers, our customers, people that have bought what we offer. Now, let me very briefly in the next 2.5 minutes explain exactly how advanced automation would help you as a salesperson in selling to people at these various different levels. So from a marketing perspective, let's say we do an e-shot of some sort, an email that goes out to people and it drives them to a web page where there's some additional information, maybe a video, maybe some pricing or whatever it might be. We can use advanced automation to put a little bit of code on here that says, let's say this customer visited this page 3 times, all right? We'll just set a trigger there. We'll say they visited 3 times. Well, that should give us an indication that they've some interest, some real interest in what we have to offer. They've gone back a number of times to find out more. So we can set a trigger that basically says, all right, well, let me send you as the salesperson, or if you're one of your salespeople, if you're a sales director or a business owner, we'll send you an email to say this individual has visited this web page 3 times. I suggest you pick up the phone and you give them a call. Right? You are now contacting warmer prospects, right? Still in the marketing campaign, but that's automation working for you on behalf, engaging with the individual. If they don't click, we can set it so that it sends the email a second time, perhaps. Right? Wouldn't send it in autoresponder, it would just send it anyway. In this, we're looking to see, did they click? If they didn't click or didn't even open the email, then perhaps we send a second email. So that's how it's dynamic. It's responding to how your prospects, suspects, and your customers are actually behaving. Let's say you've got a prospective customer here, somebody that perhaps you've sent some further information to, and maybe it's got some fundamental, some budgetary pricing in there as an example. Again, you can set up, pre-configure some automated follow-up that says maybe after a couple of days you send them to a video or something that actually tells them a little bit more about what you do. Now, if they watch that, then you might send them a PDF perhaps to download some additional pricing or some additional information, or to a online calculator perhaps, so they could work out their own pricing and really try and engage them. But that could all be automatic. The thing is, again, if they don't go and watch this video, well, then there's no point saying, hope you enjoyed the video and here's now a PDF, because they didn't watch the video. So we can dynamically monitor and get some big goggles here looking at them to see what they are doing and then react and respond accordingly. Okay. So we can do that through the buying process and following up with the quotation. Is, do you have any questions about the information that we've sent you? All that sort of stuff. So we can dynamically engage with them in that sense. Now, 4 minutes is up, and I'll just finish very quickly by looking at our buyers. One of the things we can do with our customers is upsell and cross-sell. So we may, a number of weeks, let's say after they've bought, let's say a few days, we could just have an automated email that goes out and says, hope everything's going okay. Here's some tips and tricks on how to use the product or service so you get consumption and drive happy customers. Maybe a week later, you then send them some information about product B. Or a supplementary. This would really help you get better value perhaps from this service product you've already bought. So it could be an upsell or even a cross-sell into a totally different product area. But you can automate that. And again, if they go to that site a number of times to get that information, we could send you a notification that says, yeah, pick up the phone, give them a call. They're kind of showing some interest here. And therefore, it's taken away a lot of that follow-up process from you. At some point in this flow, 3 weeks out, you send them an email that says, would you please fill in this survey, or give us a testimonial, or could you give us a referral? Okay. So lots of different ways of interacting automatically, all pre-configured in the way that your business wants to work. Now you can jump in here and do a mail shot, an e-shot, a newsletter, all that sort of stuff as well, and still track whether they open them or which stories within the newsletter they were most interested in. So which pages did they go to? And assuming they go to your newsletter and show an interest in security, for example, as a product area, then you put them into an automated campaign that starts dripping out more information about security. So we're dynamically reacting with them. Now I've got to wrap this video up. I've gone on way over 4 minutes. I apologize for that, but I want you to realize automated follow-up is dynamic, and it's really about supporting your sales activities so that you're more successful in selling. Now, if you want to know more about advanced automation, go to saleswithoutselling.com. Saleswithoutselling.com. Again, there's a video that's a little bit slower and less frenetic than this one, but it'll explain exactly what advanced automation is all about. So thank you for your time. Sorry I ran over, and I look forward to seeing you again next Friday. And in the meantime, have a great weekend and a really successful and high earning sales week of selling. Brian Conway, bye-bye.